Hey YouTube, Scary Guy here with another class video from the PTR. And yes, this is the PTR. Uh, I don't know how many times I've stated I don't have a beta key, so all I can do is make videos with the PTR. Um, Last video I had at least 6 private messages asking me, why don't you do videos from the beta? I don't have a beta key, or I would. Okay? Stop messaging me. I know I don't have a beta key. I never get beta keys. I'm one of those unlucky few, I guess. Anyways, so this is my rogue. He's spec sub. Um, he's using the 232 daggers from heroic Forge of Souls, and kicking some ass, I must say. Hemo is viable again, which I said the same thing about BM hunters, but I love it. These specs were basically pointless for an amount of time, and now they're back, and they're doing lots of damage, and it's nice. Hemo itself was never really a big, you know, rogue top of the meter spec, but what Hemo does is it applies the dot that gives 30% more bleed damage. So warriors benefit from that, other rogues benefit from that, and in the Burning Crusade is when I actually leveled this guy. And back in Serpenstein Cavern, you always had a Hemo rogue with you. They increase the DPS of the raid. And overall, that's what matters. It doesn't matter who's on the top of the damage meter. Um, that doesn't matter as long as you kill the boss. It being top on the meters isn't everything, and hopefully Cataclysm will show people that, because you'll have to CC, you'll have to kick, you'll have to stun. You'll probably notice me a few times in this video. I actually stun the spellcasters and kick them. Um, I mean, hopefully in Cataclysm there'll be more of that, because it definitely seems like now on the PTR, you have to do it, and it's cool. I love it. I mean, you don't really have to. It's not like the tank will instantly get one-shotted, but basically one little kick, I just saved the tank from taking like 10k damage, and that's a pretty big deal. So hopefully people will stop worrying so much about who's on the top of the damage meters, and start worrying about killing bosses and getting the job done. It doesn't matter who's on top of the damage meter at the end of the day. If you kill the boss, if you make progression, that's what matters. The group as a whole is what matters, and that's where Hemo Rogues come in. They're probably not going to top the meters. They're not meant to, but they're going to help the DPS of the raid. And I mean, I do fairly good here for DPS. Warlocks are freaking OP as hell in the PTR right now. That's why you see him at top. But me and the mage were pretty much fighting for the second place. And I mean, Hemo does 1,000 times more damage than it used to, and definitely a big improvement. One thing I did notice, I think I cut out the part though, it was me trying to spam Fan of Knives, because I don't have a thrown weapon. I'm using actually a bow, so I can't use Fan of Knives anymore. And you can see I'm over here killing some zombies, and I pull a group, cheat death, and then I die. You notice none of my group is anywhere near there? So I'm like, guys, don't you see that big huge arrow on your screen that points you into the right direction? But apparently no one did. So it took me about 20 minutes to get res, so yeah, I'm gonna cut that out. It was pretty bad. So here we are, we made it through the gauntlet. As you can see, time was actually fairly close. I don't think ever in Wrath I was this close to the timer. Like even Frigg leveling alts, 2k gear score going in here. We, usually finish it with 10 minutes left on it, and I could say it was definitely harder on the PTR. Definitely. Not a bad thing. I like it. We were actually felt a little hurried by the timer. Um, so, kicking some butt. Hey, achievements. I don't know why they just don't disable achievements on the PTR. I guess it's to test some things, but seems kind of strange. None of them carry over when you copy your character in the first place. So here Arthas actually glitched. We waited a long time for him, and finally he shows up. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he just disappeared at the end of the gauntlet. I think he actually might have died. At some parts, I actually heard him yell that he needed help. which I don't think I've ever seen before in Caverns of Time. Him actually getting attacked and losing health. He was taking quite a bit of damage. So this time I'm right under the Warlock. Well, not right under. You can see his damage is just stupid. Warlocks are way up there. Um, Warlock's 2 glass cannon spec seems to be back. If anyone remembers that from 60, it's a conflag spec, and you do tons of damage, but glass cannon you do a tons of damage, but break easy. So you can see we beat Mal'Ganis. Of course, boss fights always seem so easy on the PTR. It's really trash. I don't think the 30% has affected the bosses at all. But I'm gonna shut up for a sec, because this is one of my favorite lines in Wrath of the Lich King.
I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth if I have to. Do you hear me?
To the ends of the earth. Man, I love that line. I don't know why. It just sounds cool. Anyways, hope you guys learned a bit about Hemo Rogues. Very fun spec to play. I like it. Very fun for PvP as well. Although I might change a few points around. Yeah, guys, enjoy. Have fun. See yous.